Welcome to Walking with Jesus Bible Study. We're going to be in the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 7. But we have this treasure in earthly vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of God and not of us. But we have this treasure in earthly vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of God and not of us. God is spirit. We are spirits. In fact, a lot of people says, oh, my body has a soul. No, your soul has an earthly body, this earthly vessel. This flesh and these bones belong to this earth. And when God comes, and he comes to take us, he is coming to take our spirits, our soul with him. Whether we go to hell or to heaven, the spirit, our soul, will be removed from this earthly vessel, this flesh and this bones. Many Christians come in different sizes. This flesh comes in different sizes, comes in different colors, comes in different shapes. We all have different requirements, different needs. And so does it when it comes to capturing these different souls and these spirits that he uses any and everybody. No matter who you are or what you've done or what kind of experience you have or how much degrees or no degrees or what language you speak, God will use anyone that he chooses. In fact, he uses many different types of people. See, people have it so mindset that a holy man had to look a certain way, talk a certain way, and be a certain way. It's what the Pharisees believed, and we treated people as such. In fact, made themselves, these holy men, be set on so-called a Moses seat. They prided in the rank on who was higher, who was more holier. That's the very reason that Jesus calls them hypocrites, vipers and snakes, because they're not in it from their hearts. They're in it for status, placement, themselves, their flesh. So they're not in their spirit. The being of their flesh. They're walking in their flesh. We are called to walk in our spirits, to be more Christ-like, to be more righteous, and to be more holy. How can you be more righteous and more holy than walking in your spirit? The flesh belongs of this world, and when this world ends, so will everything of this world will end. That's why when he says that when we're called to heaven, we will receive new glorious heavenly bodies. We're not taking anything of this earth with us to heaven. For any and everything that belongs in this world and of this world will perish with this world. That includes this flesh and these bones. And I love the fact that he calls us fisher of men. Because there's many different types of fish, just like there's many different types of souls out there, being held in many different vessels, fleshly minds, fleshly ways of thinking. And when you're in the ocean trying to go fishing, or whether you could be in an ocean or a lake, a stream, the rapids, different fish require different fishing lures and different fishing spots. And to catch these things, you're going to need these different things. And that's what God does. He uses different type of people, because the people are the fisher of men, and they are the lures to catch the fish. So not everybody's going to look the same. His disciples was a very good example of just how different type of fishing lures he uses. A murderer, a drunken, And so you're going to see very many people who have tattoos. They can go in areas. They can go fishing in certain spots that certain fish need, where certain fish are at. And only they can catch them. You can't send a preacher man all suited up, who's born with a silver spoon in his mouth, never done a lick of anything, into the straight ghetto and expect that those people was going to listen to what he has to say. He probably wouldn't even make it out alive. And so we have too many people passing judgment, which God asked us not to do, because we are not righteous, nor are we holy or we just, to place any judgment on anybody. We are all sinners. We're all wrong. None of us is good. No, not one. He said it very clearly, he who has the first sin cast the first stone. But yet we have people out here committing the most amount of sins and holding stones ready to throw them at people. And so we have many people as Christians and Christ followers going to certain churches who refuse to hear the word of God because there's a woman preacher standing there, or because you have a pastor standing there with tattoos and piercings, or because he's once overrated. Look, God is working on all of us. None of us is perfect. Some of us has been through some things. In fact, he puts us through some things. Why? So we can relate more to the fish that we're called to save. You can't sit there and say that a holy man has to be this utmost holies of holies of person. That self-righteousness. That person ain't going to go out there and preach the truth and preach the word of God to anybody. He's going to be stuck on himself, believing that he is holier. And that's what happened with Satan. Thought he was better than God. That's what's wrong with the Pharisees. They placed themselves above other people, believing that they was better than the other people because it was more holier than them, more closer somewhat to God than them. Satanic, because that's exactly what Satan thought. And then had all the other angels to believe. Look at us, we're better. And they knew who God was. They knew all the things that God did, all the things that he created that was there. They seen it for themselves. God uses us all. Any and everybody. No one is above the flesh that they are walking in. Every good spirit, every soul is stuck into an earthly vessel. We're all walking around in flesh and bones. No one is better than the other one. One is not more holy than the other. But we are called to be more of our spirit than of this flesh. And when we see somebody walking around so much in their flesh, we want to try to save them. We want to try to capture them. We want to fish them and catch them and teach them how to walk in their spirit so they can be what? Closer to God. So that when the time comes, they will not perish with their flesh. Because everything that is a part of this world, including our flesh, including this earthly vessel, will perish with this world. It's horrible. Hell is a horrible, horrible place. The movies could never do it justice. None of your goriest, horrific horror films could ever let you know what hell is going to be like. You just don't have the torment of demons, but you have internal torment with your own self. So not only are you going to have demons tormenting you on the outside, you are going to be mentally tormenting your own self on the inside. And it's never going to end. But not only are you going to be able to feel your own torment, you're going to be able to know and understand everybody else's torment going all around you. It's a never-ending circle of torment. We need to try to strive every day to deny ourselves, to kill this flesh, and to learn to walk more in our spirit, to pass that knowledge and that wisdom on to other people, as many as we can, so they too can each day can start chipping away at their fleshly bones. Let that flesh start falling off, so we are just our glorious treasure of our spirit inside. We can be righteous. We can be holy. God said so. He said, "Be holy, for I am holy. Be righteous, for I am righteous." Sorry. So we have this. It says it right here. This treasure in our earthly vessels. The treasure is our spirit. We can walk. God gives us the power. He gives us the power to overcome ourselves and to overcome the enemy. So it is very possible. If it wasn't so, he wouldn't say it. The scriptures wouldn't tell us. This is just a vessel. But we can learn to walk in our spirit. We can deny ourselves. We can each day chip away at ourselves and get rid of this piece of flesh and that piece of flesh. We can kill off our flesh. And we can share that wisdom and that knowledge with any and everybody. All it takes is kindness and love. Ask God for his wisdom and his understanding, and to share the good news, share the gospel. As you grow, share your growth with other people, so they can too know exactly how to start walking in their spirit and not be of their flesh. This flesh will end. This vessel will die. But your soul will live on. Where your soul ends up determines on you, on your choices. Do you choose to be of the spirit realm of God in all his righteousness and all his holiness and all of his heavenly treasures? Or do you choose to be of this flesh and bones of this world? The world that's going to perish and everything in it and of it. It's your choice. God's giving you the choice to make. Spirit or flesh.